Yes, I think that's like in the category of like do we know do we know like enough to take like definitive action? No. Like, but I think this idea of I would say like from my perspective, the idea that like the kids being able to have solid enough number sense to be able to get number 3 correct, and hopefully be able to explain I can count 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 in some way. It's pretty important. So either if we're talking about how to make sure that the 20 kids in the grade who had the 23 kids who had a 1, what's our plan for that? Or if our plan is half the kids in the grade like didn't get this, what is our plan for that? Either way, we need to have a plan. But I don't think we know enough to know exactly which one is the right one. But I think that's a key thing like for us to follow up on.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of like students again, like the answers that I saw were 24, 14, and so there's some, and then obviously 24 or they didn't put anything at all. And so right now I'm thinking like they either have a hard time understanding like the groups of 10, counting the groups of 10, and then like counting on from that, and like seeing the smiley faces as like as ones, or they totally ignored the groups of 10s at all, and just saw the ones and counted the ones.
Unfortunately, without having it, it seems like maybe this would be a good multiple choice item, because if it was a multiple choice item, we could have had the ratios. You know, because right now it's like we know that all 4 of those things happened, but we don't know how many, out of the 40 kids that got it wrong, how many put 20, how many put 4, and how many put, how many, you said they struggled with the 10s and put something else, like or just pick something that had nothing to do with it. It was pretty far off.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be multiple choice that the kids actually do, but the rubric could be that it's multiple choice the answer teachers fill out, right?
Right, because watching like first graders like try to do that like weekly exit ticket like thing to like multiple choice, we should not be doing multiple choice with first graders really right now. It was.
But we can
like,
set it so that like the sort of like teacher bubble in
yes.
matches
Yes.
that rather than the rubric original. So just a bigger like illuminating question, is there not like a way to sort of attach like actual documents to the data in Illuminate? Like,
There is. Yeah.
There is, yeah. Pen
so
doesn't
could
know how
that,
to do it, yeah.
okay, but that could be the answer, is like the rubric gets uploaded here, the assessment gets uploaded here, the unit
Yes.
plan gets uploaded here. They could all like be in the same place, right?
It's pretty easy to just set up, and then material,
That would be cool.
and then just upload.
Cool. That would help.
Anything else that would be helpful, Julia, for our meeting? Our meeting tomorrow. We have one meeting.
I'm feeling a little bit like how I felt in 2nd grade, which are like I still just want to see what the kids actually did in order to have the most productive conversations with teachers. I think I understand more about how Illuminate can help answer these questions now than I did before, which is really helpful. But still just want to see like what kids actually put on paper.
But like this is helpful, right? I mean, so if you want to dig with the question, like 3, like like basically, all right. So we know about like half the kids like got this like perfectly
So
right. So let's like take those
right.
and put them off to the side, and now let's take this other half, and either using looking the rubric or something else. Now let's sort.
Right.
And then we can action plan after we've sorted.
Right.
I'm also thinking about how helpful this was to figure out like what we were talking about last week of like we could essentially like if we wanted to just spend the bulk of our time digging into that question.
Mhm.
And since that's where kids struggled the most,
Mhm.
and it's not so much looking at the entire assessment, but
Right. This helps us narrow before we go into the meeting.
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
And then I would say like without potentially like knowing, I think we're maybe, I guess that's a question, right? So like knowing that we need to work with what we have, and we think that question 6 like could have been more rigorous, and hopefully like will be more like rigorous moving forward. Does that, is there any action like for you guys in your meeting to sort of, and that's the most like make sure that people like are like aiming for the right like level, and what could you do in that meeting like with homeroom like pairs like help make sure that they are aiming in the right place?
Do you know from seeing that, Ivana, if kids like just wrote the number, or did any kids like write out a number sentence?
No, most kids
Most kids just wrote the total.
wrote a 9.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because like that would be a place to dig in, sort of. It's like, okay, all these kids technically got it right, but I noticed that 2 of them wrote out a number sentence.
Mhm.
Really, we want every kid to be writing a number sentence, right? Like
Right.
that.
I'm even thinking about how the problem of the day is done.
Mhm.
It
Mm.
it's typically like either they're writing it out or they're reading the story problem. And so this is happening, and so kids should be ready to do that work without so much picture support.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is somewhat technical, but would it be too long if you had a 6 and a 7, where you have one with pictures and one without? Because I think that could be even more instructionally helpful, because then you can see if the issue is with or without picture.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes it too long to have 7 questions.
I don't think it does, but I guess like just thinking about like where we end up like in kindergarten, like I guess it doesn't look like that. That's when like backwards from where we end in kindergarten.
pictures is
So I don't know why that was
Got it, yeah.
even there at all, like really, because
Mhm.
like we're like beyond that, the end of kindergarten.
Mhm. The strategy they learn in kindergarten is to draw their own picture.